Hey everyone, Ellie here, and welcome back to the channel. Today marks the part 4 for the 4-part series for the Central Oregon trail runs during the winter. And this brings us to my favorite long trail run in Central Oregon during the winter. And I guess technically it's really not winter anymore, it's like mid-April. And to be honest, we really didn't have much of a winter this year, so I guess it's a little misleading, but it is currently probably 50 degrees on Saturday morning, and it's supposed to be like almost 70 today. So kind of crazy, but not totally out of the ordinary for Central Oregon. We're at the Skull Hollow Trail head. We're going to take the Coal Loop Trail up to the Gray Butte Saddle, and from there we're going to take the Gray Butte Connector Trail, which will connect us to Smith Rock State Park. So once we kind of get to Smith Rock State Park, we're kind of like at the top of Burma Road, which will take us down into Smith Rock, and we're going to do the Summit Loop Trail and then come back. So it's kind of like a long lollipop loop. It is, if I recall correctly, it is about 14 miles round trip. It's going to be a glorious run today. I think it is going to get really hot. I'm a little concerned about that. But it's blue skies. The mountains are out in all of their glory. And I think it is going to be pretty busy, especially when we get down into Smith Rock. But we're just going to enjoy it. I brought a lot of sunscreen. I brought a lot of water. So let's get out there and hit the trails. Smith Rock State Park is widely known for its basalt rock formations that bring climbers from all over the world to explore its different routes. But Smith Rock also has an extensive trail system for hiking, mountain biking, and running. Though there are dangers such as rattlesnakes, an occasional cougar sighting, and loose rock, the more common danger is heat and sun exposure. The lack of tree coverage and sunny days that Central Oregon is known for can create hot and sunny trails. Always bring more water, food, and sunscreen than you typically would. Even if you think you're just going to be out for a short little walk, bring food, water, and sunscreen. The sun and heat can cause you to be on the trails longer than you expect. There's only one clean water source that I know of on all these trail systems, and that's located at the foot of the bridge as you walk down from the main entrance of the park. This water source is shut off during the winter, so just keep that in mind. If you go out for a winter run, it's going to be shut off. Though the Crooked River does flow through the park, irrigation runoff from farms and ranches flow into the river. So even if you have a filter, I wouldn't recommend drinking from this section of the Crooked River, especially during spring and summer months. These trails, in my opinion, are best for fall, winter, and spring seasons, though I would avoid them during snowfall due to the steep ascents and descents can just be really icy. If you do decide to come out here during the summer, you won't be alone because that is the most busy time of year for tourists to come and visit. Just make sure to come prepared, and I would really recommend to come either early in the morning or early in the evening so you can avoid those really hot sun exposure times of day. But no matter what time of year or what time of day you decide to come out, please come out and explore this amazing part of the world. All right, you all, it's confession time. So I believe I way underestimated this trail or this run. You'd be maybe wondering, like, how could you get this wrong if you love coming out here? So here's some background. So I have run the Summit Loop Trail here down in Smith Rock numerous times. So I know that trail's about 8 miles. And I've also run that section from Skull Hollow up to Gray Butte and back numerous times. And that's about 5 miles. And so I thought that the Gray Butte connector was really short. It turns out it's not. So I have a feeling that this trail is probably closer, I don't know, 16 to 18 miles. Let me math a little. I think it's probably right around like 18 miles, depending. So I think the reason I got confused is last year during the winter, I was amping up my training because I was training for a big race that took place last summer. And, trying to find a longer run in the winter out here. And that's when I decided to try this because I was like, I know there's some connecting trail or trail system that will connect the Summit Loop to Gray Butte. So I looked it up and it's like, yeah, there totally is. So I started running different sections of it all last winter. And so I was looking at like past runs, and because I ran this so much, I use Gaia app, by the way, to track my runs, which honestly is not fantastic, but I use it for backpacking and it's great for backpacking, so I just use it for both. And so it's kind of hard to scroll down and find the different routes, and yeah, I think I just got confused. Well, I did get confused, obviously. I always bring extra water and probably an hour's worth more of food. But even with that, I think I would be really cutting it close to make this whole loop safely. But anyways, with me going back, this will be it should be about 14 and a half miles, which I'm somewhat prepared for, so it shouldn't be as bad, but the elevation's still it's gonna be real. Not a bad view. All right, I have made it back to the top of Summit Loop. Sorry I didn't film anything while I was slogging on the way up, but I mean, it was pretty much the same view, and you would just be watching me suffer and just go at a snail's pace up that long hill. So you know, saved you from that. But anyways, I made it back to the top and I found a spot of shade so I could kind of cool down, take in some more water, eat a little something, and put on some much needed sunscreen. I think I might have been a little too late on the reapplication, but fingers crossed that I get away from this unscathed. Anyways, it was actually not bad coming up. I mean, I was able to run some sections, but you know, there are some really steep sections, but it was really nice having some spots of shade. I mean, there wasn't a lot, but it was still nice. I will say that even though the other side, like going up Burma Road, is a lot more exposed, so there's like, it's just sun exposure the whole time, you do get more of a breeze or a wind, which can be really helpful because there's a little bit of a breeze going on, and when it comes up, it is so nice. But I'm feeling really good. I just checked and I'm about 9 miles in. And so I think I still have like 4 to 5 miles to go. So yeah, it's going to be a longer run than I expected, but I'm glad I turned around when I did, because that would have been like I said, I'm pretty sure it's 18 miles total. So I will take, you know, like I'll take 14 over 18. So, but it's just been absolutely gorgeous. Like the mountain views are epic. I hope my little Insta360 camera, I know it's not doing it justice, but hopefully it can get some of those views, majestic views. And then the desert wildflowers are out. And so it's a fantastic day to be alive. I tell you what. But yeah, it's been really great. And I think this break is over. Let's get back to the trails. All right, y'all. I think I'm about a mile away from the trailhead. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out this video, part 4 of our Central Oregon winter trail running series. Thank you for joining me on today's adventure. It was quite the adventure. Sorry I didn't finish the entire trail, but thank you for joining me on the portion that I did do. I will put what my total mileage was and vertical gain so that you have an idea of like the segment I did, like how far it was. Now up on the Gray Butte saddle, you would have noticed that there were a ton of cars parked there. I've never seen so many cars parked up there before. The gate to that road that leads to the saddle is not always open. So it's only open certain times a year. So if that gate is open and you're able to go up and park there, if you ran from there and went on that Gray Butte connector, did the whole Summit Loop Trail and back, that probably would be about 14 miles. But again, if you start down at Skull Hollow, it's gonna be about 18, it turns out. But anyways, I will close out the series. The next trail riding series I will be doing will be when Lefty and I are finally back up in Alaska. Woo! We are going to be heading back up there here in just like a few weeks. It's crazy. So I hope you'll join me when I get up to Alaska, and I will be taking you on some of my favorite trail runs up there. But until then, I hope you are able to get out there and hit the trails and enjoy this glorious world we're a part of. And I'll see you next time. Bye.